Mykonos was our last stop in Greece, and we arrived from Fira via the ferry. It was a 2.5-hour ride. We did splurge for the business class, and we kind of were happy we did. It was on the upper deck, so if it was a little bit wavy, it might have been an issue, but we had calm waters the entire time. My wife, who gets seasick very easily, didn't have any issues whatsoever. It was actually quite an enjoyable ride. They had a few refreshments available for not too much money. Upon getting there, we were picked up at the port by our hotel, the Hotel Madalena. It's just outside the Tagu area. It's actually a really nice hotel. Again, it's a lot of steps, like most things in Greece. There are a lot of steps. So if you're adverse to steps or you have problems getting up them, it's not a place I suggest you go to. However, this hotel had great breakfast, and if you didn't eat a lot of breakfast, you were told about it because the owner, who I love her to death, she's a great person, but I made the mistake one morning of not eating one of the crepes she had made, and she immediately said, "I made these fresh, how come you didn't have one?" So even though I was stuffed to the gills, I had one. It was quite delicious, and actually the breakfast was really good, and it was our honeymoon as well, so they did upgrade us into the honeymoon suite, which was super nice of them. If you ever get the chance, I suggest you actually stay at the Hotel Madalena. We had a great time there. Now, Mykonos town itself is very confusing. My wife and I got lost so many times, it is ridiculous. It took us probably 2 or 3 days before we kind of got the hang of where certain things are and where to go, and yeah, before that, the odd argument did break out, and I suggest you get a map as soon as you get there and try and study it somewhat. It was still quite difficult once we had the map, but we did get around and eventually got the hang of it and wasn't an issue. The best place we found to eat was actually called Leonidas Snack Bar. It was fairly cheap. They had gyros and salads and beer, whatever you need from that standpoint. It's just a little snack bar, not too much money, really good food. We really enjoyed it there. We ate quite a bit there. Now, the one thing you absolutely have to do when you're in Mykonos town is see Petros the pelican. He is kind of their mascot. There's actually 3 of them, 2 males and a female, but if you get the chance, you should at least go and try and see Petros and watch all the local merchants. They'll try and feed him fish when he's around. You can get right up and pet him. While we were there, one of the tourists actually grabbed the fish and tried to feed him. I don't know whether the pelican was putting on a show or not, but he was definitely acting silly and wouldn't eat the fish right away. Now, as far as nightlife, the Scandinavian disco was not available to us, so we actually stayed in the Italian portion of the town, and let me tell you, Little Italy was great for nightlife. We ended up the one night at the Mount Parnasse Piano Bar, and our server there was Andrew. He's actually from Dublin, but the piano bar itself was a beautiful place to be. Great music, great entertainment, and just the atmosphere itself was really enjoyable for us, and we definitely wouldn't be going back there. Other than that, I mean, it is kind of the local Athens elite party there, so there is quite a bit of partying going on, a lot of drinking, and a lot of rowdy people. So if you're not into that, I suggest you stay away from the nightlife at night. But yeah, other than that, it's a really great place, and I suggest you highly go there and enjoy the nightlife as well. Anyhow, that's Mykonos.